Hey Floss Tube, so I'm back with another video. I'm gonna kind of call this my September update, even though today is the 25th of September, so there are 5 days left, or 6 days, 30 days past September, yeah, so 5 days left. But I was excited because I got something done this morning, and I have time, so I was like, I am gonna film a video, and it's gonna be exciting, and we're all gonna have fun. Yay. Just, you know, life update. This week hasn't been the greatest. It just seems very stressful. There's a lot of things going on with work. We officially started harvesting this week. We brought our first run of beans into the plant on Friday, and we're gonna start running on Monday. So it's just kind of been crazy, and then, you know, life is happening. I feel like I'm behind on a lot of stuff at home, and my activity slash fitness slash eating right is better this week than it has been in a long time, but it's just, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm kind of in this, you know, place in my life that I feel, how do I describe this? Like, a lot of things are going on. I feel a little out of control of a lot of things, and that really makes me nervous. And it's just been one of those weeks. So, one thing that I started doing, and that I'll talk about maybe in a different video more in depth, is I decided to start getting up even earlier than I already do, so that I can kind of have my mornings to myself. I realized that, like, when I get home from work, I just want to sit down, like, talk to my husband, and just like let all the things out of my brain. But I'm usually so jazzed up from work and like, oh my God, like all this stuff happened, and you know, I work late, and it's just, I don't know. I'm not getting a lot of Rachel time, and I think that's something that I really need to do better on, is taking time out for myself. So then when I get home from work, I can really dedicate time to like my husband and my house and stuff like that, as opposed to like then craving time by myself. Because as much as I'm an extrovert and I like people, I also need time to just be, and like just be Rachel. So our plant opens, well, things are going to change in the coming weeks now that we're running, but my work typically starts at 7 a.m. and I live about 20 minutes away from my job. So my goal is always to get up at 5. So that I'm able to, you know, shower, get ready, make breakfast, etc. before I have to leave the house at 6:30, minimum. I tend to be late sometimes, but it's okay. And so what I've been doing for the past few days is waking up at 4:15 a.m. Yeah, it's early. 4:15 is early. I actually slept in this morning. I didn't wake up till 6. Woo! Just sleeping away. Yeah, it's actually been it's been going pretty well. I'm excited. I'm hoping that I can integrate that as my fitness time. This week, not so much, but next week, like, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Daily Burn. It's this website. You kind of have to pay for it, but they have like daily like workouts and stuff. And one of my coworkers does it, and she's like, you should really do this, and then like we can talk about it, and and I'm really good at like group motivation. Like if someone else is doing something with me, then I'm more motivated to do it. So I was like, okay, like if you're doing this, I can do this. So we are kind of holding each other accountable, and are, you know, like, yeah, we're gonna work out, because I need to work out. I need to like be active and not so lazy, and I need to eat good and all that stuff, because I mean, I'm gonna make a whole separate video about this, but I have a history of just not being the healthiest of individuals, and I'm not proud of that, and I really want to change. And you know, in any 12-step program, the first step is admitting you have a problem and admitting that you need help. So I've been on this journey for a long time, and again, I will make a separate video about that, but I'm ready to make some changes in my life, and I am ready to seek help, and I think this will be a good step, is getting up at 4:15 a.m. to work out. And it's nice because like my husband's still asleep, and I can just like have time like for me. It's like specifically time for me. And my goal for that time is to work out, take a shower, you know, do all that jazz. And I'm hoping to write in my journal or like in my planner during that time as well. And maybe stitch. That was like a long ramble about something not stitching related, but welcome to my life. I'm in a talkative mood and I have a lot of feelings about a lot of things, and I like to share those feelings about those things. So this video is probably going to be long and rambly. What else is new? I'm long and rambly. So anyway, I've been getting up at 4:15 a.m. and thus the past few days I've had some awesome stitching time, because that's like a whole hour before I have to go to work. Because like I still have to shower and like make breakfast for myself and my husband, but it gives me some stitching time. One morning he got up and I'm like, I'm not making breakfast until 6. So blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna leave you alone. So I think he's gotten the hint that this is Rachel time, and he's good with it. But anyway, not the point, people. Stay on track. Stitching. First up, we are going to talk about my whips. Every time I hear it, by the way, the word whip, I think of the song, like, what's it called? Watch Me Whip or whatever. I'm like, come see my whips and watch me nay-nay. I don't know how to do the dance, but it songs pops in my head all the time. Even my husband will sing it. He's like, I see your whips. And I'm like, and watch me nay-nay. Watch me, watch me. Anyway, okay. Rachel, don't sing in your videos. Okay, so first whip that I worked on was the Thomas Kinkade Christmas Chapel 1. This is by, sorry, my note's over here if I keep looking down. This is by Kinkade Designs. This is a kit that I bought off Amazon. I'm doing this for my husband, and it is on 16 count Aida from the kit, and I'm using all kits and kit threads, and I will show a picture of what it looked like last month here. And here is what it looks like now. I'm gonna fold this over. I actually took it out of the Q-snap just for you guys so you can see the whole thing. Da, 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 da. So, I'm gonna fold this so it's easier to see. Rochelle, what are you doing? Okay, so I finished a page. Yay! And I finished filling in the church. There were some bits here that hadn't been filled in yet. And then I did a whole new row here, and I started this one here. The reason I went an extra block out is actually this is the end of like the printed page. I don't know why. When I made a copy of it to scan into my iPad, I like cut off this column. So I might go back then and do that column. But there we go. And I, sorry, runny nose. I am parking along the way. I'm kind of going horizontal, and I'm really liking it. So there we go. I got my I Love Asphalt needle minder that I made, and then also my Prince Purple Rain needle minder. I felt that they're fitting. I don't really use them. I mean, my needle is on the back of the Prince one, but the main use I use them for is kind of holding in these threads, because I have a lot of parked threads, you know, over here from this guy, and then the ones down here. So yes, look at that. Look how much I still have left to go. I don't know if this is in frame or not because I can't see, but we're making progress. It's like a fourth of the way done. I have in my notes I started this on April 28th of 2015. So it's been a year and a half. I should probably work on getting this done. So this piece, I don't know. I bounce back and forth. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just work on it an hour a day, you know, like that'll get progress on it. Or maybe I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do like a couple blocks a day, or maybe I'll focus on it on the weekends. And I just like, motivation to like actually start this is so painful. But then once I get going, you know, obviously like, you know, I got some shit done. Sorry, I cursed there. I got some stuff done. So anyway. Progress. My husband's happy because he sees progress, but, you know, so, yeah. My favorite is, like, those little tops of the horse's ears right there. So there's this little carriage, you know, that goes here, like you saw in the picture, so. Yay! Yay! So I'm hoping again, maybe I'll try to do like a line, like one row every month. Maybe that will work. We'll talk about goals afterwards, but that's that. Okay, second up is what I'm most excited about. So, we're going to talk about the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery National Parks Sal. Excuse me. So, so this is the one that is going on, as I said, by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I am doing mine on 36 count linen from my grandma's stash. It's a mystery fabric. And so the first clue came out sometime in August. No. Yeah. The first clue came out in August for the anniversary. And I finished clue number 1 on September 13th. The second clue came out on September 22nd. And I finished it today. So I have both clues 1 and 2 completed. So I will show you what it looks like, or what it looked like last time. And here is what it looks like now. Oop. So I'll kind of fold this over. Hoorah! I'll kind of give you guys a close-up. I really like, so this is clue. So clue number 1, for those of you that maybe aren't a part of this, clue number 1 was the words up here, that this land was made for you and me, and then the centennial, and then there's some snowflakes and some leaves down there. So that was clue number 1, and then clue 2 is this motif right here. Clue 3 will be the finishing of this motif, this, and then there's one down here, and then clue 4 will be the rest of this. So in clue number 2, we went to Yellowstone National Park. So there's a little bison right here, and then this, I believe, is supposed to be Old Faithful. Then we have our little park ranger, which my mom has named Susie. Parker Ranger Susie, I don't know. And then we have Volcanoes National Park in Hawaii. There's 2 little birds there, and then a little palm tree. In my last video, where I talked, I think it was my August whip update, I asked about voting for the color that I should use for this, and Moe's Sail in Wreath is what won. So I think that looks pretty darn good. So that's what I use for the National Parks Service, and then as well as the word Centennial down at the bottom. It's in Moe's Wreath. I think it looks beautiful. I'm super excited about this. I even ironed it just for you guys. But isn't that just cute? I really like it. I was so excited. I'm like, I can't believe I finished this in 3 days. But I did. Because I started on the 23rd. And I finished, no, it's 2 days. 23rd, no, 23rd, 24th, 25th. So 3 days. It was 3 days of stitching and I finished it. I was obsessed. So anyway, very, very excited. So the second clue comes out, or the third clue comes out in November. So I'll have to put this away for a while. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. As you can tell, because I already finished clue number 2. Okay, so on a side note about this, so this was my very first stitch along, the first one I've ever joined, and I really like it. What a motivator. Like, as soon as that clue came out, I'm like, I gotta finish this, because I gotta be gotta be with everybody, right? Like, I want to get this done so that, like, when the next clue comes out, I'm not behind. Like, I'm a real motivator by that. So I think stitch alongs are gonna be my new thing. Let's see what 2017 brings, because I have a feeling that stitch along, I might have to join a few stitch alongs. We'll see. That was loud. I'm annoying, Rachel. Anyway, speaking of stitch alongs, I have a new start, and this is my third whip that I worked on. So, guys, I drank the Kool-Aid. I drank it. It tastes so good, and I am so with it. I bought the Lakeside Needlecraft Fantasy Sal. First I started with the Pegasus, because I saw everyone doing the border, and I was like, you know, I don't know what's going to go in there. It might not be exciting. Might not be my thing, because some, you know, like, some designs just aren't, you know, something that I'm into, right? I mean, everybody has taste. Then that Pegasus came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. And I was like, oh my God, like I want to do that. So I was like, just like, and eyeing about it. And I had it in my cart and I was looking at it. And I'm like, And then the wizard came out. And I was like, that is just, that's like even cuter than the Pegasus. So I bought it. And then I kitted it up, of course, like immediately. I had most of the floss in my stash, but of course, because you saw my last video, I have the whole collection now. But I kitted up the Fantasy Sal. And then because of my like 4:30 in the morning thing, I was like, well, I'm going to start it. Because again, it's a Sal, right? So I feel like I'm behind because there's 2 months that I haven't done yet. And I haven't done the border. So I'm like way behind, which then really bothers me. I'm like, oh my God, I got this done. Get this done. Get it done, you know? And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on the borders first. So I'll pop in a picture right here of what the finished border looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just the circles first. Okay? And then I'm going to do the Pegasus. So I'll pop in a picture of what that one looks like here. And then after that, I'm going to do the wizard, which I'll insert a picture of that here. And then on October the 1st, they will be releasing the next one. So my goal, yeah. So then I will work on that one. So this is, let me make sure, I marked the top because currently there's not a whole lot. So I have to fold this over. This is what I got done. I got 3 circles. Well, 3 and 2 and most of 1. So this is the bottom. I have a lot of extra fabric, but this is the bottom. So there'll be another circle up here and then, you know, more stuff here. So this is the whole thing. I can't even get it to be on frame. That's how big this darn thing is. This was in my stash. Let me look at my notes so I can tell you. This is 28 count Monaco in D10 that I bought from Mo's sale a year ago. It was in my stash and I pulled it out. I'm like, oh my gosh, A, this would fit on here, and B, Fantasy Sal, I think this will look beautiful. So, ta-da! I need to fray check the edges because they're driving me insane. That's on my list of things to do after this video is fray check the edges. So that's what I got done. It's going well. Going really well. I'm really liking it. Yeah. 28 count, you know, it's pretty big. But I'm really liking it. Like I love this fabric. I've never stitched on a Monaco before, and I'm really liking it. And this is my first hand-dyed. Oh my gosh. I think this is the first piece I have ever stitched on a hand-dyed fabric. I am just a virgin here. There we go. Just not anymore. To hand-dyed fabric. And I really like it. So there you go. So that's my Lakeside Fantasy Sal. Yay! Boom. So let's talk about my goals then for next month. While I just talked about my whips before we talk about all the other crap that I have to talk about. Goal number 1 for the month of October. Let's do weekly goals. I think that's easier than like a monthly goal for me. Okay. Church. I would like to get 5 boxes done. So that's 500 stitches of the church done this week. For the Lakeside Needlecraft, I would like to finish. No, I won't finish it. I'd like to get half of this, just the circle borders done. So 6. Yeah, I think that's doable because that's 6 of the 12 circles. I think that's accomplishable. And then the other whip that I didn't show, because I didn't work on it at all, was the Wedding Sampler by Janlin Designs. So I'll shoot a picture of that here. And my goal for that one is to finish the block that I don't have done yet. That's my work piece. It lives in my car. So I think, yeah, that's my goal, is just to finish that something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue block. It's almost done, so that shouldn't be too hard either. So yeah, we'll stop by next week and see if I accomplished any of it. Because who knows? I just might not. But national parks I obviously can't do anything on. So my focus will be on the church and on the Lakeside Fantasy Sal. And I'll be honest, the Lakeside Fantasy Sal is what's bothering me. Because again, I'm behind, you know. I'm like, oh my gosh, like the third clue is going to come out, or the third block is going to come out now, and I'm not even done with the border. And, so, I'm sorry, I'm dramatic. But, yes, that's what I want to get done this coming week. So stop by next week and see what I did. Okay, so next on my list is I have an FFO. Woo! So I showed this as a finish last week, or last month, and I got God Sent Special Things framed. I framed this myself. Da, 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 da. I bought the frame at Walmart, stuck it in there. I think it looks quite nice. It's a little blown out because of the lighting, but I think it looks really nice. I am going to give this to my mother-in-law for Christmas, so I think she'll really like it. But I think it looks quite nice, and you see all the reflections. Woo! So, yeah. I think she'll really like this. So, one Christmas present down. Next on my list, okay, so speaking of framing, I have a bunch of pieces that I would like to get framed. For example, my woodland sampler, that one I would really like to get framed, like, professionally. And then I have my Sex Pistols one that I was going to make that I was working on for my husband. I have, like, a bunch of other stuff. So, there is a frame shop in, about 20 miles away from my house, because our town doesn't even have the town I live in doesn't even have a grocery store or a gas station. So, it doesn't have a frame shop either. So 20 miles away, there's a frame shop. I was out field scouting the other day, this past week, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna stop at this frame store and like just like check them out. So I went in there and I talked to the woman. Her name is Barb. So this is the Marshall Frame Shop. The woman who runs it, her name is Barb, and I will put her information down below. And so I talked to her for like at length about like my options for framing, like cost wise, and things, you know. I didn't have any of my pieces with me, obviously, but she was super nice, super just willing to help me. She showed me a bunch of other pieces that she had done. And then like when we were talking about like prices, she was telling me, you know, like ways that I could cut down on costs, like things I could do myself. She's like, you know, if you're ever available, like on a Saturday, like I'm willing to, you know, kind of teach you how to do certain things. And she was just the nicest person ever. So if you live in Southwest Minnesota in the Marshall area, go visit her, because I think she's fantastic. So I'll put her information down below. Marshall Frame Shop. Her name's Barb. Go check her out. So anyway, so what she did, she gave me this piece of foam board. What do you call this stuff? I don't know. That cardboard foam board stuff. Anyway, she gave me this. And this was originally for my frog design that I'm giving to one of my friends, but for some reason I wrote on the measurements wrong, so this actually doesn't fit that, but that's okay. And she's like, if you want to try it, she's like, you know, something that would really reduce your cost is if you laced it yourself. I was like, ooh. I'm like, do you think I could lace it myself? And she's like, yes, like you can do this. So her and I talked about it. So this is another one of my goals for this coming week. I don't know if I've showed this before. This is a finished piece that my grandmother did that I found in her stash. A little chicken. I have no idea what this fabric is. I'll be honest. But this little chicken. And I found the booklet that it came from. This is from Back Home, an Album of Memories. Book 6 from Country Cross Stitch Inc. So here's where it's from. And let's see on the back. There's the chicken. And there's some like cute patterns in here. Like this little wheelbarrow and this girl with some ducks. I don't think I have any other information about this. But Oh, this is funny. So like the chicken piece, they show it again here. It's like one of those washboards, you know. You can make yourself a handy dandy sweater. But anyway, is that an outhouse? Or just a shed? I like to think that's an outhouse. I don't know why. So anyway, beside the point. So that's where she got it from. So here's her piece. So it fits. This is something else I wanted to get framed because like my grandma did it. You know, I found it in her stash, but it fits really well in the frame. So obviously this is not centered, but you get what I'm saying. So what I am going to do is I am going to attempt to lace this myself, and then I'm going to bring it back in and we are going to figure out some framing options. And she told me, she's like, well, even if you fail at framing it, she's like, I'll lace it, or lacing it. She's like, I'll lace it for you, you know. It's just like options. Like she was just nice and like wanting to help me like do stuff myself or just teach me. And I just like, I had a really good time talking to her, you know, and I have a lot of stuff that needs to get framed and a lot of like future stuff that will be framed, you know. So I think, you know, if things work out well, like, you know, here's a really good contact and a person that can, you know, help me out for years to come. Cause I don't plan on moving anytime soon, but you never know. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to attempt to lace this chicken onto here and we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, so I think this will be really pretty, you know, some mats and stuff. Anyway, my grandma will be excited if I frame it and put it in my house. She'll be like, oh, because I'm not going to, well, she watches my video, so now she knows, but she'll be like, oh, Rachel, here you are with my chickens. Anyway, so super excited about that. Next on my list of things I want to talk about, grime guards. Grime guards. So I kind of got obsessed. I watched the video by Trisha, the left-handed stitcher, and I will link her video that I watched down below. It's very good. I wanted to make a grime guard specifically for my church piece. I use 11 by 11 Q-snap for that piece, and it was irritating me that like my hands were on it, and like I washed my hands and stuff, but it was just bothering me. So I watched her video. And I pulled this fabric out of stash, and this is fabric that, again, my grandma gave me. I have a lot of grandma fabric. And I made a grime guard. Oh my gosh. It's not perfect. I don't have a serger, so, you know, it's not serged or anything. And my sewing isn't the greatest, so it's not the greatest, but it functions. And that's what matters. So ta-da! This works beautifully. Beautifully. Sorry about that. I don't know why. I'm tired. Anyway, so that's my grime guard. And then, because I was like, well, I made one. I should make one, you know, for all my pieces. I went to Walmart and I got myself some leaf fabric. Nice fall leaf colors, and I got some pumpkin fabric for Halloween because I love Halloween. And I made actually 3 of them, but I only have 2 sitting here. Here's my little baby grime guard for one of my hoops. This one I used for the National Park style. I really liked it. So here's the leaves. And then I also made this one for a different size hoop that I use. And these I made a bit wider. But in retrospect, maybe they should have been a bit thinner, but whatever, they work. So yeah, I made grime guards. I made 3 of them. Well, I made 4. There's actually another one, but it's in my truck right now, so I didn't want to go get it. But yeah, I made grime guards. I'm really, really happy about them. So yeah, it just adds a little bit of fun. It was super easy to make too. Like if I can figure it out, you know, watch Trisha's video and you'll be good to go. That's all I have to say. She does a better job of explaining it than I do, but really good. Really, really good. So those are my grime guards. And then, okay, I did buy some floss from 123 Stitch, like I mentioned in my previous video. I think it was my previous video about my floss haul, like, organization. I did get everything bobbinated, and, you know, I do have the complete collection now. So I did order from 123 Stitch, and I'll show the fun stuff, not the just plain colors, because I just filled in what I didn't have into my stash. But so like I said in a previous video, I don't mind the DMC metallics like as much as other people do. I don't know. So I went ahead while I was ordering from 123 Stitch. I went ahead and completed. I have now the entire collection of the DMC metallics. So these are the ones that I got in addition to the ones I already had. E321, which is a red. E677, which is like a light gold. E310, which is like a black. It's kind of cool. It's not very sparkly. I expected it to be a bit sparklier, but it's good. E898, which is like a dark brown. I really like this one. E3685, which is like a maroon, or like a crimson-y maroon color. E703, which is like a, this chartreuse green color. I'm saying it, and I'm like, maybe chartreuse is more of a blue, but anyway, it's like a bright green, grass green. E436, which is like a light browny champagne color. E967, which is like a light pink. It's very pretty. I like it. E415, which is like a steel gray. E825, which is like a dark blue. And then I also got the Light Effects Jewel Collection. So you can see what's in there. I like this one in particular, which is like a multi. So yeah, I have the whole collection now of the DMC Light Effects. So I mean, yeah, they're kind of a pain in the ass to work with, but if you use a short strand, it's not that bad. And these are much more accessible to me than the Petite Treasure Braid that a lot of people like. Maybe in the future I would try those out. I've never even used Krennic before, so maybe. But yeah, I thought I now have the whole collection, so that was exciting. And then I also decided to get some of the color variations to add to my collection because, well, why not? So I got number 93, which is like a blues. And I got 67, which is lighter blue. So that completes my collection of all the color variations. And then, or I don't know if they call them color variations or something else. I know these are color variations because they... I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep yawning. Yeah, so anyway, and then I also got, this is the Color Variations Holiday Collection, which is very pretty. And then I got the Color Variations Amazon Collection, which I liked a lot. And the Color Variations Blue Lagoon Collection. Yeah. So that is my 123 Stitch haul. In addition, I got, as I said, all the floss to finish out my collection, as well as kit up my memorabilia. So now, and downstairs in my crafting crate, I have my memorabilia, the palm, whatever, Le Pomme piece kitted up. I have my Lakeside and the National South Park all kitted up. And I have the beads for everything. I have all the treasures. I have, I mean, everything for the memorabilia and for the palm one. So I can start like those whenever, you know, whenever I want to. Today? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm not really, I like to start new things, but I also really like to finish things. So I'm not really have a bunch of whips type person. I have 5, I believe, right now, and that seems like a lot. So the National Parks one, I mean, is not like that big of a deal because like I already have clue number 2 done. So, you know, clue number 3 I'll finish that too. So it's not like something that's like pressing on my mind to finish. Lakeside Fantasy Sal's one. The church. The church is what I really want to get done. It's the one that bothers me the most. So work on that. Lastly, so a lot of people have been posting what I would call like a bullet journal type format to track their stitching. And I can link a link. I can kind of link that down below if I find the picture, where basically you list out your whips and then, you know, the days of the week, and then you know, kind of cross off like what days you worked on what thing. which I think is awesome. And I myself just started a bullet journal. I might do a video that someday, and I think that's great. But I thought I would show, for those of you maybe who want a different approach, what I have been using. So again, I wanted to do like a whole video on this, and I might eventually. Is this going to show up at all? Probably not. Here we go. Okay. I might just have to film this a different way. Okay. So this is OneNote. This is Microsoft OneNote. That I have on my iPad. It syncs to my phone. And what I do is up at the top, I should do this film video, but we'll do this quickly. Up at the top, I have all these tabs for various things. My timeline, YouTube, Instagram, whip updates, finishes, etc., to-dos. It all gets put, you know, up on these different tabs. And then I differentiate it out on the side. You know, you can see all my different whips for the various months. Okay? So, for example, like if you go to August, the Woodland Sampler, you know, it has its own little tab. And then I wrote, you know, the picture is in the finishes tab, you know, and I take pictures of everything. So, like, if you go to, you know, this was from, when was this? June, you know, I have pictures, and then this is where it was. Okay, so that's kind of like that type of tracking. But then if we go to, I'll do this and then I'll show you. If we go to the timeline, this is where I track my stitching. And I'll make this nice and big. All right, so this is for September. I have the days listed. And then I write down what I worked on and for how long I worked on it, and then some like notes about it, you know. So I've just done that, and then here, you know, so here's August, same thing. July, you know, some of my thing. And then let's do August because it's prettier. I have been graphing it because I'm a nerd like that. So this is my graph that shows, you know, which projects I worked on for how long, and then I also have like a monthly like total that shows you. So yeah, that is my brief overview of my stitching in OneNote. If you would like a complete video that I can film actually of the screen, it's not like hold the screen up, but I can do an actual screenshot video. I kind of figured out how to do that. If anyone is interested, please comment down below and let me know, and I will attempt to film that for you, because I love my iPad for tracking, for doing everything. I have an additional iPad that I use for work, and it's a great tool. Just a great tool. So yeah. That's all I had to talk about, boys and girls. That's all I got. I'm going to try to do weekly update videos, as well as kind of talk about, you know, like personal things going on. As I said, like, I'm at a point in my life where I need to make changes, and making these YouTube videos has been such an uplifting thing and something that holds me accountable, and it's actually really nice to talk about it and to get like all my uglies just out in the air. That's what I call it with my husband. I'm like, I just got to tell you all my uglies, like everything that just, you know, makes me a human being. And I know this is super vulnerable because it's the internet, and like anybody can comment and like say things and be mean, and that's okay, actually, because, you know, maybe those people need help as well, or, you know, maybe, and then on the off chance maybe I'm helping someone else. But, you know, I'm doing this for me, and this is something that I really need to do with my life right now. So I'm gonna do it. Just gonna do it. So I might make some more videos, just like more personal stuff, not stitching related. If you're not interested in any of that, then, you know, wait for the next one. This channel is really for me and for, you know, just my life. So I want to make videos that are about my life. But I will definitely put in the title. I know Stitcherisa comment down below. She didn't care if I made other videos, just put it in the title, and that's fine. I will I'm more than happy to write down when it's stitching related and when it's just Rachel rambling. Maybe no one will care, but that's okay because it's about me. And I want to make these videos for me. So that's fine. Well, I'll move on, right? And I just wanted to give just thank you. Thank you so much to everybody who has commented on my previous videos, who has, you know, come on this journey with me. Quite a few people post every single time I upload a video, and I'm so thankful. Another platform to follow me is on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram handle down below. I try to post every single day and all my whip updates. And I'm really enjoying that. I mean, so many people comment or like it, and it just makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like I'm doing something and that other people are enjoying it. Because I'll be honest, I don't have any friends in real life that cross stitch. And so, like in real life, this is real life, Rachel. There's no like actual people I know that cross stitch. And so it's been so nice to join this community and like find people that like have this same hobby and who, you know, appreciate the work that I do. Cause I know a lot of, you know, I stitch around, you know, my work people and stuff, and they're like, what are you even doing? And I'm like, I'm living my life. You like to run or you like to do whatever, lift weights and like whatever. I like to cross stitch. That's what calms me down. It makes me feel like a human. It makes me just feel good. And my voice is going out. And that's just what makes me happy. And that's, you know, the corny saying though is do more of what makes you happy, and that's the truth. You know, you really got to decide, is this making me happy? And if it is, then do it. And if you're not hurting anybody else, do it. Live your life, dream your dreams, and then live your dreams, because what's better than that? Sorry to get all on sappy on you. I'm having one of those days where I'm just thinking and feeling, and yeah. So I will see you guys soon. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.